Shalom Rainicorns. It is Ellie the Empress here. And so today we're talking about spirit babies, birth and abortion, sexual assault versus divine conception using tantric magic. That's a whole lot. And this, trigger warning, of course. Um, we finna get into it, okay? While this is a serious topic, the way that I naturally speak, okay, I naturally use humor and, you know, sometimes it's a coping mechanism. One second. Okay. So I'm speaking from a personal perspective, okay? And don't mind my shirt. Has some stuff happen. But I'm speaking from a personal perspective of certain things happening to me. A lot of you all know about my story as far as being assaulted by someone who is a teacher of this information, as far as the patriarchy falling and the matriarchy rising. I have shared that story in a stream before on this channel just a few months ago. Firefly said, "Hey Ellie, Grand Rising Firefly." And so this is not something that I'm just speaking about hypothetically or something that I'm just talking about because I think it's a cool topic. No, I'm speaking from experience, okay? And when I speak on sexual assault, I mean this particular person was like touching and groping my body while I was asleep, okay? So I was not raped all the way, sort of thing. So when people were asking me, "Oh, did you file a police report? Did you do this?" And I'm like, there was no DNA, there was no nothing. I did not allow for them to go that far with my situation to where there would be any evidence. So it would just literally be my word against theirs. However, I found out that this person has multiple victims where they actually gave diseases and children to people. And so now I currently have a class action lawsuit against that person and several other people. So with all that being said, people know what they're doing. So if this person, who is a teacher of such knowledge and information, decided to do that towards me and others, then that goes to say that person's fully conscious and aware of the information they're sharing, and then they proceeded to do those actions towards me. So that goes to say that all predators know exactly what they're doing, even spiritually. So when you're talking about a spirit baby, a lot of us as feminines, we have dreams of our children before we have them. Granted, I had a dream of my child before before I was even in a relationship with his father. I thought he was going to come through my portal with a different father. However, same child, same look, same attitude, same everything, but with a different father. So when people are making these decisions consciously, there's no amount of drugs you can take to make yourself go out of your way to harm someone like that. And so you have the conception aspect where you're with your partner and you're intentionally co-creating together. And that's the beautiful thing about it. And also spirit babies can be ideas and plans for the future that are not physical, literal children. However, we're talking about children mostly in this stream. And so when you're doing that consciously with your partner, that's a beautiful thing. So people like to scare others from sex. They like to scare people from sexual conversations. It's still considered to be taboo, which I just don't get. That's weird to me. The whole poly thing is a trend now, and people don't get it, truthfully. They're making it all about sex, even though they say they're not. That's what they're doing. If when you have a conversation about poly anything and people just can't get off of the emotions, sharing a spouse and stuff like that, that's all sexual based. That has nothing to do with anything. Because we have the phrase, it takes a village to raise a child. Okay, our definition of village is it has been misconstrued for a very long time. So who's to say that that's not the right type of village, right? I digress from that. When we're talking about like spiritual birth, again, like, you know, the whole ideas thing, when you put an idea down, pen to paper, and then you follow through with the plan, and then things happen with a person or by yourself, but we're talking about having a partner, then that is the birth. Intention, positive intention. And so when it came to my sexual assault that happened last year, I had to, first of all, I had to physically remove myself from the situation because I was unaware that all that was happening.
Mommy,
yeah.
Where do peanuts come from?
Well, peanuts technically were genetically engineered by George Washington Carver. So now, yeah, so now we grow them.
Yeah, but how? Well, how are you gonna see what they look like?
They grow as nuts, and then they have a shell around them, and then you crack the nuts open, and then that's how you get the peanut out.
Oh.
Yeah.
And what is a nut?
A nut is a crunchy, oil-based. I don't know if it's a vegetable. It might be a vegetable, but I think nuts are in their own category of being. Yeah.
A vegetable.
It could be. I don't know, because you could just plant the nut as the seed itself, so it might be a vegetable because it grows from trees just like berries. So it's not a berry though.
Yeah, it's a nut.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. So I had to physically leave from this particular person's presence before I realized everything that was going on. Because from my perspective, that was just a grown man, mind you, in his 50s and had grandchildren. And I had met one of his children that was older than me. So the fact that he was attracted to me to the point that he was just baffling. Because it's, you know, I know I'm an attractive person, but get a grip, bro. And so I had to remove myself from his presence to realize all the magic and spell work that had been placed on me. Like I said, this person is a practitioner, calls himself a witch doctor. So it's not like he's ignorant. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knew exactly what he was doing with me and others as well. So with that being said, once I told him that, actually, I was like, we have a spirit baby. And he got excited. So that lets me know that he was intentionally implanting an entity within me so that I could birth it to some sort of extent. Now, whether that extent was, I don't know. I don't know what his intentions were. I don't know what any of these people's intentions actually are, because from what he told me, he has a bunch of kids that he doesn't take care of nor pay child support for. So it's just like, are you just trying to do that with me too? Just to make me an upset person and have to live with the burden of taking care of your child? That's terrible. But there are people who walk around who do these things. They're just constant, like, it's beyond energy harvesting. Okay? Because in order to harvest someone's energy, you have to have them around you all the time. Well, that's not true. But you have to have some sort of tie to them. So I guess it would be energy harvesting. I digress though. That's just terrible intentions when you're not doing divine conception with a person intentionally. So that person let it be known that they're attracted to me. But it's just like, okay, well, I'm not attracted to you. And everything should end there. That person proceeded to take advantage of the situation how it was. Mind you, last year I was going through quite a bit. If y'all remember, I was not posting a whole lot, because I had to be concerned about my safety. So I could not post like that. So people could, for one thing, not know where I was physically. And another thing, I just wasn't in a comfortable enough space to film myself. So people wouldn't know where I was, who I was with, and stuff like that. Which is what their plan was all along. So that they could put me into this type of situation. It's weird. So that's, again, filing a class action lawsuit, because that's just straight up criminal behavior, and using spirituality to do so. It's just the top tier evil, diabolical, just like you're trying to be the villain in everyone's story sort of energy. Like there's no getting around this. And so that person also happens to be a Scorpio, which is a very, very sensual sign, very sexual, very much like just full of sacral chakra energy, and they're a water sign. So when I started talking about the aquatic kingdom and connecting with the waters, what I can say is that that situation helped me to awaken to a different realm of reality. So, do I like the fact that I was assaulted? Not at all. I fucking love the fact that I was able to learn so much from that. So, it's like, while it sucks, the bad parts suck, it is what it is, sort of thing. And I'm fully healed from it, which is why I'm able to speak so freely about it. I know a lot of ladies, they have not, fully healed from situations like that. They're still affected by it very, very heavily. And so I'm a voice for the ladies at this point. I fully see that. I'm just a voice for the general population of ladies who have gone through situations like this. I've also been stalked by a person who used to attend my church sometimes from the time I was 15, 16 years old. That person stalked me. Like, they're still stalking me because they know people at the church I used to go to, and they know my blood family members outside of church. So that person just like watches me all the time. And they contacted me when R. Kelly got convicted in 2021, and they were texting me to apologize about what happened. And I'm just like, you could have literally gone your entire life without ever contacting me ever again, because you've ruined a certain aspect of my life. As a child, I was slut shamed and victim blamed for a grown man approaching me. So this isn't my first, as my sexual assaulter last year said, this isn't my first rodeo. So while I wasn't able to sue that other person because they never even came in physical contact with me, I could potentially sue them for harassment because it's just years and years of this person being crazy towards me. This other person, they have plenty of other victims, and the other person, they had a victim too. It was another 16-year-old girl who lived in a different state. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this stuff, because my own mother made it seem like I was doing something malicious when there's a grown man in his 40s trying to talk to a teenage girl, knowing that she's a teenage girl. And then now in my 20s, there is a 50-something-year-old man knowing he's talking to a 20-something-year-old female who is younger than his own daughter. These men know what they're doing. And you would think that as a people, we just be beyond this type of behavior. Firefly said, you did the right thing. I appreciate it. You would think we'd be beyond this type of behavior as a society as a whole. No, because you have people like my mother who, it's like they claim to not defend the behavior of these type of masculines. However, the same lady decided to team up against me with my ex-husband when my son was being abused by his girlfriend. So instead of just helping me out to the fullest extent to make sure my son is safe, she decided to take my ex-husband's side as if there's a side to take other than my son. My son is the only person who everybody needs to, like, his side is the only one everybody needs to be on. Not mine, not my ex-husband, my son. So the fact that she decided to team up with my ex-husband thinking she's going against me, when in fact she's going against my child, that just goes to show, as a society, it's not about just, oh, masculines are terrible, masculines are scary, we need to be feminists. No, it is a deeply ingrained mental illness to protect predators and to perpetrate against the innocent and to make sure that they are silenced. We're currently going through a court case right now where my son is they're trying to silence my son against his own testimony that he spoke out of his own mouth when there were bruises all over his body. That same woman did not say anything. Actually, I posted the information on Facebook for people to know, hey, don't trust this guy because he's a predator and a pedophile. She's the one who got upset with me for saying anything publicly because it's embarrassing. When that person's a whole predator, it's a deeply ingrained mental illness, and this is beyond what people like to talk about when it comes to generational curses. People don't like to talk about pedophilia within family bloodlines. People don't like to talk about that. Why is someone a brother cousin? Why is someone a auntie mom? They don't like to talk about it. But are we going to get this shit out so we can get over it and go to the next level? Or are we going to keep repeating the same cycles that y'all want to keep repeating? No. So I had to leave from the sexual assaulter's physical presence last year to realize what happened. And I had to do a deep meditation. And I had to go all the way from my root chakra, through my sacral chakra, through my solar plexus, through my heart chakra, all the way up to my throat chakra to abort the spirit baby that he knew he had implanted within my vessel. So if you are a feminine and you are healing through situations like that, look up and research Tantra. And I don't think there's a lot of videos with specific titles like this, but basically spiritual abortion. Because, you know, while not everybody has a physical baby from their, you know, rapist or anything like that, you're still affected. It's not just a mental thing. They spiritually implant entities within you intentionally. So whenever something happens and there's like a traumatic situation or whatever, you always think of them and become afraid. Firefly said, damn, that's sad. It is. But like, I only use myself as an example of what the Black collective goes through, because I know I'm not the only person, and I know that this isn't the worst thing that ever happened to anybody. There's plenty of females who go through plenty of worse situations. So the least I could do is speak up about my situation, knowing that I'm here. A lot of them got into trafficking. A lot of them got into prostitution. A lot of them didn't make it. Firefly says some of these mothers are just pure toxic. You're supposed to protect your child at all costs. Exactly. Exactly. But people favor an image, a reputation. Like, it's like, I'd much rather have a reputation for trying to sue a rich person, because the person who went against me when I was a teenager, he just happens to be rich and like famous or whatever. And so I'd much rather have a reputation for trying to at least defend my daughter than to be, you know, looked at a certain way because my daughter said something. Like, my thought process is very different from hers, because I don't care what other people think. Because I don't care what other people think, I only think righteousness. So when you constantly care about what other people think, then you're not going to make righteous decisions at all, because you're caring about the decisions and the thought processes of others rather than God. And my mom's an evangelist. So it's just the backward mind fuckery of religious people who don't actually use their brain cells and their spirit and their consciousness to do certain things. They're concerned about what people at church think and what people in the family might think. Who cares? So it's the same thing in the spiritual community, or whatever the fuck this shit was, with the Black conscious community, the woke community, whatever this shit. It's the same thing with the sexual assaulter who intentionally implanted a spirit baby within my vessel last year. It's like, while it might be a little embarrassing to be like, yeah, this person sexually assaulted me, and people victim blaming and stuff like that, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. That person hurt me and other people, because I'm not going to say nothing, honestly. And it wasn't out of fear either. It was just like, damn, that's fucked up. Because I'm thinking I had a special situation, not a special case. But something told me to go ahead and speak on it. And it turns out this person had other victims. And I didn't even know that. And I was just like, okay, well, we finna get their ass. Because people thought I was just some pretty girl and I don't know nothing. You should never judge a book by its cover, ever. Because that person, he knows I'm smart. But I don't let on to how smart I actually am most of the time. And so it's like, oh, well, she's smart, but I bet she doesn't know this. It's always that sort of thought process. Like, she's smart, but I bet she doesn't know this. I bet she doesn't know that. While I may not have known it, my intuition is super strong, so I'll be able to pick up on things. And again, that person is a teacher of the feminine. Like, a lot of the intuitive downloads that I had to meditate on came from him. So it's like this person knows exactly what they're doing. They're not ignorant. These perpetrators and these predators are not ignorant to their behavior. They know exactly what they're doing. This is how people in the music industry operate. That's why the energy harvesting from feminines is so strong. I forgot my coffee, you guys. I gotta leave for a second to go get that. My legs getting tired. I'm trying to figure out why my legs wiggly. Because even that, like, there's a whole lot that goes into it. But one of the things is that person, intuitively, I picked up that they were trying to poison me. Because they would make me coffee and give it to me in a plastic cup. Not a mug, a plastic cup. So I drank it for like a couple of days. And I was just like, nah, there's something off with this. So then it was like, you want some coffee? I was just like, nah. And then I rejected the weed that we were smoking. I was just like, nah. And then it's like the offense to not accepting things. Why are you offended that I'm not accepting your gifts? Is it that saving you money? Like, don't you want to save money? Like, I know guys like money, so. But he knew what that meant. They know. They know. They know. Creating, like, just bad situations intentionally just to hurt a person. And just to make them think about you all the time. Like, I don't fuck with that person at all. And in fact, I had a dream that they texted me last night. So that may be one of the reasons why I'm making this stream right now. Because I got some other things I need to stream about here on this channel. As far as like the legal situations. This person, along with a few others, are being sued by myself and a few others. Because there's too much going on. People implanting too many spirit babies and too many different people. At this point, there's no end goal. Because it's one thing to try to manipulate a person into doing the things that you want them to do, or like giving them your energy, giving them your downloads so that you can take credit for them and like stuff like that. But just to fuck with people just to be fucking with them, that no, like they've lost all sense of everything. So now I'm sharing my story, and for ladies who have gone through situations like these, I'm providing you with solutions. You need to make sure you meditate with all of your chakras going up to the throat. I didn't do third eye and crown because it came out of the throat. So for you, it could be different. You might need to go from crown to sacral chakra, get it out of your genitalia, or crown to root, get it out of your anus. Whatever your situation is, you got to get that out. Firefly said, I can say this. I am so grateful for my mom and grandma growing up. It was 8 of us each. 6 girls, 2 boys growing up in Bunker Hills. We were well taken care of with no man in the household. Truly blissful. Ellie, you doing the right thing, breaking that curse. Appreciate you very much. What'd you say, MJ? Did you just throw that on the floor? What did you say? What do you need?
I said that I think Lucy pushed down the stuff that was on that white block.
It was. She did. She did. Yeah, give me a second because I forgot to get my coffee, and yeah. So give me 1 second because I gotta finish mixing it and stuff. Push down what? Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Lucy's doing some weird stuff now. For some reason.
She's kind of being a baby.
He's acting like one. I don't know why.
Because she's in a new environment, so she's just kind of doing little stuff to act like a baby.
Yeah, I guess he's like trying to act funny.
Mm-hmm. Bye said, girl, go get your coffee. Got it. I got it. I got it. Okay. And so, yeah. And this is true, too. Masculines go through sexual assault as well. Again, with the example of my mother, where your obligation as a mother and a grandmother at this point is to protect your child and your grandchild at all costs, like the example that Firefly gave. There's one of my mom's friends who, they're cool or whatever, and my son had started growing up. He became a toddler, a little kid, and my mom's friend was like, oh, that's my little boyfriend or whatever. And I was like, can you tell her, like, she could be auntie or something? Like, I'm not comfortable with her calling my son her boyfriend. And, like, my mom, she was just kind of like, well, And I'm just like, no, because if that was a grown man and I had a daughter and he said, oh, that's my little girlfriend, what would you say to that? Everybody gonna look at him crazy. But when a lady says it, don't nobody say nothing. No, I don't care. I, as a mother, said I'm uncomfortable with that. Change your language. So it shouldn't be a well or no. There's no rebuttal or for nothing. Change your language. That's it. Like, what is it with trying to have friends so bad that it's affecting your own family? That's a person outside of your family. They truthfully, in all cases, don't matter. Anybody outside of your blood family does not matter unless it's your soul family. But even with soul family, they can get cut off. I cut off my own blood family members. So if you're talking about obligating a person outside of your family over someone in your family, huh? But that's how a lot of families are. A lot of families just come from trafficking. Like, my mom told me, like, in my bloodline, niggas was pimps and prostitutes and shit like that. So it's just like, they may not be tricking on niggas now. They may not be tricking hoes now. But back in the day, that was like the shit that was going on. So it's not like people are ignorant to behavior, okay? These people are not ignorant. They know exactly what they're doing. It's called grooming. And so when it comes to masculines, it's a lot different. Masculines aren't allowed to cry. Masculines are called weak. Oh, I can't believe you let her do that to you. Or, oh, you should be happy because she gave you some play. When a lot of these dudes be losing their virginity or their sexual purity before they're even 12 years old. Not because they watch porn on the internet. If they come across a little pornography or whatever, that's one thing. They see a magazine, they see a book, they see something that's different from a lady coming up to you and groping you, saying little stuff in your ear to make you feel weird. It's like, I'm uncomfortable, but I like it at the same time. And then they're taught that that's what love is. That's why a lot of these masculines are fucked up. It's not a gender war. It's not feminine versus masculine. It is, these people are messed up mentally and they keep passing it down to the youth. Everybody wants to complain about the LGBTQIA plus community. I'm not finna complain about no gay person or no trans person until we get these pedophiles taken care of. Y'all want us so bad to keep saying, oh, it's an agenda, it's an agenda. Yeah, well, have you checked the track record of the rainbow community? Have you checked the track record? Most 9 out of 10 times of them, they were sexually assaulted in some sort of way. Y'all pay attention to that? And who sexually assaulted them? Okay, then. Like, y'all don't be making no sense. And y'all be afraid of people who are outwardly LGBTQIA plus. Y'all be afraid of them. But y'all won't say anything about these down low men who are trafficking. These be grown married men with children who are on the down low, who traffic children and young people. And then once that person comes out as gay, as trans, as non-binary, whatever, then the whole world wants to judge them. I told y'all with that situation with Lil Nas X. I'm like, I'm not gonna be mad at him. What is he? 18, 19? I think he's 20 now. But it's like, bruh, look at his environment. Look at what he has going on. Like, he may be an adult, a legal adult, but pay attention to where people come from. There is no way that a child is just born that way unless they're born deliberately out of sin. If he was a spirit baby that was born out of sexual assault, there you go. Whose fault is that? Because it's not his if he was born that way. It's like people forget what a bastard child is. There's a reason that it's important for children to be born within wedlock. It's not about being religious and having an image of a happy marriage. It's no, that's divine conception. Both the mother and the father intentionally birthed this child. Firefly said, I'm a mother of 2 with a son and daughter, and now they're both grown, 33 and 24, and I still make sure they're okay. And now being a grandma with a granddaughter, I'm still a protector, period. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. Like, there's no reason for people to be able to, like, first of all, the only reason there are criminals and people with deranged minds is because there are criminals and people with deranged minds who create more criminals and people with deranged minds. They find somebody who doesn't seem to be damaged, and they damage them on purpose. The whole phrase, hurt people, no. Deranged people hurt people. There's plenty of hurt people who are nice. Plenty of them. But you keep hurting a person time and time over again, then sometimes, yeah, you might develop a villain origin story. Bro, I'm telling you, I have the coolest villain origin story. I just never, like, became a villain, though. Something in my head wants me to narrate it. I don't want to do all that. But it's literally like, she traveled the country to help her people. She came across this information to liberate those who look like her. And instead, she was betrayed. Like villain origin story to the max. I ain't going, though.
Wait, she was betrayed?
Yes.
So that was why. So that's why instead she was betrayed?
Yeah.
Oh, so she actually was a demon?
Well, they wanted her to become a demon after she got betrayed, but she just developed and became a better person.
Yeah, he was being nice to the people,
Yeah.
but then it actually wasn't.
Yeah. Okay. And so, yeah, they do these things to commit crimes. And again, okay, we're talking about people who are conscious and aware of things. You have people who, whether they were part of the civil rights movements or they're children of people who were part of the civil rights movements. You have people who are Hotep, Black Power, old school Muslim, old school Nation of Islam. They practice Garveyism. Like these type of people. You know what I'm saying? It's these type of people. I'm not saying it doesn't exist in Christianity. Of course it exists in Christianity and Catholicism. But the people who are awakened to this stuff, these type of people, they still choose low vibrational activity. For finances and a perceived amount of power, when our people are constantly struggling all the time, they want everybody to focus on this war that's going on in other countries. Like these two situations going on in other countries, when our people are still doing this to each other. I refuse to pay attention to that. I'm looking at myself and all my reflections. Excuse me? No. Josh McDanielson said she's in full mama mode. There is no reason for us to pay attention to everything that's going on in other countries instead of us checking the people in our bloodlines, checking the people in our neighborhoods. Who cares if it's somebody that got a gun and they're big? I told y'all, the perpetrator from last year, he tried to scare me with a sword. Like, he got this sword in his closet. He was like pointing to it, like trying to intimidate me. Like, nigga, I'm not scared of you. I don't care how big you are. I don't care. I like my power alone takes you down, because you wouldn't have to intimidate me if you had real power in the first place. Firefly said, Ellie, I'm proud of how you breaking that curse, and I love how you taking time out for Sun. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's the absolute best. And I appreciate you as well.
Wait, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, butterfly. So he was talking about me too when he said that.
Yeah.
And don't know why this part's kind of like.
Oh, I'm not talking about that right now. Yeah, I knew you meant from my side. But yeah. They, masculines are generally physically larger than feminines. Like, so, like, the fact that he was like a big tall person, I don't know if that was supposed to scare me or something. I got big tall niggas in my family, so I'm not, like, I don't fuck with being around tall people all the time. But it just is a thing. People are tall. So it's like I just gotta deal with it sometimes. So the fact that it's like that intimidation to try to get someone to fear, when I made it clear that I don't fear. Even when I was a Christian growing up as a child, I always knew God has not given us a spirit of fear. The Lord has given us power and a sound mind. So why would I be afraid of some big goofy nigga? Some big old goofy nigga.
That's so funny.
Very funny. I don't care, because what you gonna do, hit me? Think I'm scared? So, that's just my attitude towards it. Not everybody just goes into situations like with my sort of attitude towards life, because I was completely like, I was taken off guard. Like, I didn't know that all that was going to happen. I didn't think that person was going to do that. So most of the time, that's how it goes. You never think that the person is going to be doing what they're doing, but they're doing it regardless of what you think and what you assume, just because of the image that they put on. So it's like all the old school, like, spiritualists and stuff who, like, because it was always a wonder to me why Black people never came together and just got stuff done. Because they still want to continue these generational curses and cycles. They want to. There is no curse that people are unaware of. They're fully aware of it. They know exactly what they're doing. They're fully aware and conscious. Because otherwise, you couldn't get on the internet and say the Black woman is God. You couldn't get on the internet or go to conferences or go to meetings and say things like the Black person is the original person. The Black person is a descendant directly from the divine. You can't say those things without being fully consciously aware. So yeah. So we could talk about, like, Tantra now. Tantra is beautiful. People like to keep sex as a taboo topic so that we can't have these full-on discussions. And once you realize that you can connect to, like, whether you're connected to your divine counterpart, your high-level soulmate for romantic situations, or your twin flame, whatever you're connected to within this timeline and in this particular existence, in this lifetime, then you're able to basically curate the perfect life when you're connected spiritually first. That's what Christians refer to as being equally yoked. Because, like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people just like to disregard Christianity just because it's Christianity. And it's just like, Christians really had the juice. They just didn't know the ingredients. They didn't know why the juice was the juice. Why do you think it was so easy to get Black people into the church anyway? Because it's the juice. It's the truth. It's just they didn't know how to fully interpret it and dissect it for what it is versus being stuck in religious cycles. And so when you're studying the energy of conception and creation from source itself, then that's how you get into divine conception. So you and your partner are able to create, like, that's what they refer to as love children, a love child. It's like a genuine love child. It's not a child that was born from a one night stand. It's not a child that was born out of wedlock because, people were being irresponsible. It's not a child that was born out of sexual assault. Like, no, like, person A loves person B. So then they created person Z. It was something beautiful that happened. But it goes before that. So you can't find or be in romantic contact with the other person before you get your spiritual alignment fully curated. I just get really excited and giggly because, like, I'm in one of those situations right now. So it just makes me really excited to, like, get a lot of things cleared out of the energy, the negative stuff, and be able to fully focus on my new things. And because, like, I'll be doing stuff business wise, and I'll be having a lot of creations that I create for the purpose of sharing with people artistically and educationally. And so I just get really excited for topics like this, like progression, because we could talk about healing and stuff all day, but even talking about healing too much can keep you in a cycle of just thinking about the things all the time. And that's what we don't want to do. We don't want to get stuck in always thinking about the harm that we endured. Because that's where, going to therapy can be good, going to group therapy can be good, going to counseling can be good. And then sometimes, like, you might have done all the counseling you need. You cleared out everything that was necessary, and now it's time for you to move on. But because you kind of get stuck in a routine, you're attached to the people that you're talking to about this situation, then you get stuck in a cycle of negativity, where now you're just bringing it up just because you're bringing it up. Because sometimes we can do that as spiritual people, where what I like to do is talk about the parallels of life. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Let me step over you real quick. I like to talk about the parallels of life. So if something happens to someone else, or there's another situation that happens, and it's just like, wow, that really reminds me of this situation. I'm doing it for that reason, to put together synchronicities. But just sitting around talking about things and kind of complaining about them, that's where you get stuck in a cycle of negativity, even after you've healed, which can create another barrier of healing. That's the part that people don't realize. It's like, okay, like the different stages of grief, that sort of thing. I don't know all the stages, but just use that as an example. Where, of course, a person's just not going to get over a death immediately. But when that person, like, if it's outside of mediumship. So if someone's a medium and they talk to the dead, that's a little bit different. But if someone's just constantly grieving over someone who passed away and they haven't moved on with their lives, it's like, okay, you got to heal. But then you don't want that person to just completely forget about who that person is. It's a balance. It's a balance to things. It's about balance and realizing when enough is enough. Being conscious and aware. That's why you have to be in tune spiritually with your own spirit guides and your own spirit team. Like, the Most High God and Earth Mother Goddess, they really cool. It's just they allow you to explore with other deities and entities. Firefly says so true. And so, and it's not like, when I say deities and entities, I mean you. I mean my son. I mean my relative. I mean my friend. I mean my neighbor. We're all deities and entities. Eventually, we're going to die, we're going to pass away, and people will remember us being in the thought realm. We're going to be in the spirit realm, but we're going to be in the thought realm. We are all spiritual entities and deities. And once everybody can just fully grasp it, then the idolization can stop. Because I realize that's just what it is for a lot of people. It's just a bunch of idolization of these different deities that we're learning about. And it's like, no, like you're just learning that that is an individual who either was a person or was a spiritual egregore or was a spiritual entity or deity of some sort of spirit, some sort of being that existed or still exists. There's no reason to worship them or put them over any other ones. If it's not your divine parents, okay, I'm just getting some of the little tangles out of this. That was a lot, though. That really was a lot. Just because I know that a lot of people don't talk about topics like these. So putting together pieces of different layers of my life, not just speaking about one specific situation, that's a lot. Okay. Make sure this is good at the top. So once you get past a certain level of healing, then that's where you evolve. That's your evolution. So what are you going to do? What does your fully healed self seem like to you? What does that look like? How are they participating with the world and society? Firefly said, yes, Ellie, it is you, a strong person. Oh, yes, Ellie, it is. You are a strong person. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, because it's like, I know there's other ladies that are just as strong as me. But it's like, okay, I'm going to be straight up with y'all. Some of y'all know about the fact that I have been getting gang stalked and different things like that recently, very out loud. Come and find out, this stuff has been going on my entire life. So I'm not afraid to speak on it now at this particular period of my life. So with that being said, you know, there's other ladies who have a similar strength, but they just don't have the knowledge and the information. Like, 5 years of Vive likes. Appreciate y'all so much. 555, angel number of change. So when you have people who are in situations like mine, and they don't know what's going on, it's like they could be strong, they could push through, but they constantly going through cycles and repeated situations. And it's like, I don't know what's going on. It's because of the gang stalking. It's like you take full accountability for your life and you start making different decisions and you shift this, you shift that, you even try to hang around a new crowd of people. You try your absolute best, but because people are crazy, they continue to implant themselves in your life in some sort of way. They continue to have the same patterns happen in your life. Not to mention the spiritual warfare. So even if they're not doing anything physically, they're doing things spiritually, like sending attacks. MJ, are you done eating? Mm-hmm. Okay, you need to get started on your work now. So, like, my gang stalking has become just very out loud and apparent now. And I'm not tripping on it just because I know what time it is. And we're too far in the ascension for me to be like, What? Like, no, I know exactly what time it is, and I'm not afraid of these people. They want to like make me trip out and be afraid, and like I don't know why they think that that's ever gonna happen. But for some ladies, that stuff did happen. That's why they try to say you're mentally ill when stuff like that happens. They try to put you in a psych ward. They try to say this and say that. Like I said before, I went to the mental health facility and I got a mental health evaluation last year. Here I am. It got sent to court and everything. So, what? NJ Firefly said, hey, NJ.
Hi, Firefly.
So, tag right here. This shouldn't be visible. I think that's okay. So yeah. This is just she was like, hey. So with everything happening now, with the level of ascension we are in as a collective, it's just time for everything to be out in the open. Everything needs to be out in the open, because we got to get over all this stuff and get rid of it. We have to get rid of it. Do I want to go out of my way to sue people? Not at all. But I know that this is the only way they're going to stop. They either have to be unalived or put into jail, because even in jail, a lot of people are still doing crimes. So at least that limits them in some sort of way. Somehow, some way. And also, the person who sexually assaulted me spent 10 years in prison, and they killed the person. They told me about a story of a time that they killed a person, and
they killed a person.
Yeah, and the way he was talking, it seemed like it wasn't his only murder. He was like, yeah, and this one guy I murdered. So in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, so you just be doing this? Okay.
I guess he was just tell you that.
Yeah, he just told me it. Because how I am as a person, this is something personal for me.
I guess he just didn't care. He just wanted to tell you.
No, that's true. He didn't care. He just wanted to tell me. Or he thought I was going to be one of his victims and that I wouldn't be able to tell anybody. No, I'm here very well and outwardly speaking about the experiences I had. And
why are you still wearing that shirt?
Because I didn't change my clothes yet. Why you always gotta come for me when I'm getting dressed? You see me. I have my clothes right here on the bed. I'm getting dressed. It is hot.
Really? Yeah, but since I'm wearing this now, it's like not making me hot whenever I wear this now.
NJ, you can do your work. So, yeah. The beautiful part about this is, like I said, we're now learning more as a collective about divine contraception. Not contraception, divine conception. Now, we need to learn about some contraception too. I don't know, because it's just like, you just wouldn't think that people were predators like that. Not spiritually, because we know about the physical stuff, but these people are consciously spiritual predators. Consciously, they do it on purpose. So, dang. And what am I doing today? I forgot to put this on the top. You will never find.
What is that? What do you say?
Someone to love you.
What do you say?
The way that I do. You will never find. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, but with these divine unions, because I did a reading. Now that I think about it, I did do a reading for like just seeing what the general energy is gonna be for this week, and people gonna be, whether it's reuniting We're reunited and it feels so good. Hey, reuniting. Da, 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 da. Happy Sacral Chakra Day, you guys. It's Big Monday, Big Moon Day here. Okay, because I just like, wow, this topic is like eerie. I'm talking about the duality of it. Because sex is not a bad thing. They tried to teach us that sex was a bad thing. But what all these niggas be doing? They be fucking. So, how's it a bad thing? It's not. It's the intention behind it. What are your intentions? Firefly said, Ellie, listening to you, I done cooked a whole meal. Red cabbage, pinto beans, yes, cornbread muffins. Okay, I see you.
Cornbread muffins, what?
He loves cornbread muffins. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
Cooking it up.
Wait, is it butterfly or a firefly?
It's Firefly.
Oh, so he really likes it?
Yeah.
So he likes those two foods?
It is red cabbage, pinto beans, yams, and cornbread muffins. Okay. So I'm finna get my eyelashes on. Then I'm gonna do my lips. For my lips today, I'm gonna do a pink outline and a glossy inner lip. I'm gonna go ahead and put some chapstick on. I was supposed to put on some Vaseline last night. I forgot. But that's dope because it has been just about an hour. Because even stuff like that, it's like, man, folks don't, I don't know. When it comes to modern day living, folks don't be thinking that, like, you're supposed to have home cooked meals. It's like, bruh, home cooked meals are a thing. Firefly said, NJ, my grandbaby love cornbread muffins too. Oh, that's awesome. You heard that? Yeah. That's awesome. That sounds delicious though. On a nice Monday.
I really want some meat. I really want some.
I'll have to cook that another time. I didn't buy those ingredients from the grocery store. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. Okay. I had to get a new nail glue. I might have to use it today. I don't know.
It was like maybe you went out like.
Yeah, this one's low. It's low on glue.
Yeah, I don't know how that took that long for the glue.
MJ, do your work. This is his other work that he did. It was really cute because I told him to put his work in his binder. Like, that's where all of his assignments go. And he decided, oh, what's going on with this? It broke? That's not good. Oh. Okay. But, he decided to put it in the back part and not in the actual folder. I was like, I'm gonna leave it there. That's cute.
If you're broke, that'll be really bad.
It's okay. The little folder pocket thingy broke, but that's okay.
We're gonna probably get a new one. Or something.
We'll get a new one eventually. That's alright. Excuse all the noises.
You're talking to me?
MJ, you're fine. I'm making a video right now. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm kind of struggling right now. Sometimes, when a lot is going on energetically, my legs get kind of weak, so I have to sit down.
Your legs get kind of weak, or that means you can't walk too much?
Yeah, can't walk too much or stand up too much.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, the same thing with me going everywhere when we were just walking to places.
It's a little bit different.
Yeah, sometimes your feet and your legs also get tired.
Yeah. Let me move this down.
Yeah.
Okay, Firefly said, Ellie, this is so funny. Someone just called my phone and I declined it, and then turned around and texted and asked, is this... Hold on. And asked, is you a girl? So it's sickening out here for real. Now you just speaking on... You just speaking on this, and bam, there it is. That's how the parallels, that's what I was talking about earlier with the parallels. Yeah. Okay. And how things will be synchronizations. Because don't nobody want to talk about this stuff. But when it happens, it happens. It just is what it is. So...
Why did my phone just do that?
I don't know. Because nobody was on it. So the battery shouldn't have been doing anything. Yes, the energy is heavy. It's very heavy. Very heavy. I'm tired. I haven't done anything yet. I just woke up.
Yeah, now I'm literally doing work. Like,
MJ, can you be quiet and focus on your work? Like, I love him and I love his commentary. He just be distracting himself from his work a lot, and I know. Get your work done and then we can talk, Mr. Sir. Okay. Someone to love you the way that I do. Okay, so putting lash glue on, you will never find. So another like way that I was able to heal from just having stuff like that happen in my life was just like coming to the realization that this is the generation. This is the generation. Caleb Kishan said, hi, I'm a kid. Hello. Are you alright clicking on a video like this, Caleb? You okay? This is a very detailed topic here. I could have put the 18 plus thingy on here, but I didn't. Because there's a lot of children who go through this, which is sad, but it's true. Okay, I think that's good with the glue. So realizing that this is the time period, this is the timeline. So do I agree with the bad things that happen? Not at all. But seeing that this stuff has happened repeatedly over and over again and no one has stopped it, it's like this is where it stops. This is where it ends. Not just for me. I refuse to accept, oh, I'm ending the generational curse in my family. No. I'm assisting to end all these generational curses for everybody. I don't care. I do not care. There's no reason for any of this stuff to be going on. Especially from our people. We want to play victim in every situation and don't want to acknowledge when we're the perpetrator. being an enabler is just as bad as being the perpetrator a lot of times. So just realizing that this is where all this ends, it gave me a lot of peace. I found peace in your violence. That's someone I've known too long. What do you know what today's date is?
Well, some days I don't really know.
Okay, did you write it down?
No, not exact.
Okay, today's date is 10. Then slash 23. Then slash 23 again. That was really big. Now I'm moving kind of slow, so there's been a lot going on lately.
What's that?
I don't know. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Okay. I don't usually sing that much in my streams. So I guess those are channel songs that I was singing. I don't know, because that usually doesn't happen like that. Especially with all the energy stuff going on with that phone call. And then me, like, I'm not short on breath, but I did lose energy to the point where I couldn't stand for a few minutes. Like, that really does just happen to me sometimes when I'm doing, whether it's spiritual work or it seems random, but it's like a part of ascension, or it could be an attack or something. So I don't know exactly what it is at this moment. I could assume it's an attack because I'm doing something right now that's important and I just released all that information. But it could also be a signal to let me know that it's just everybody's free. We're free. Like, we're free now. We're free now. We're free now, y'all. We can move forward. We can do what we desire to do. We can love who we desire to love. No trauma, no experience can hold us back from that. Of course, it's up to us to heal these things. It's also up to us to accept that we are healed. MJ, focus. I think that's what it is. It's the acceptance. We're in the acceptance stage. We're in the acceptance stage, and it's hard. It's like a really big releasing. It's a really big releasing. And it's only hard because it's a new feeling. I found peace in your violence. I've been gone for too long. What I did is some shiny silver eyeliner. That's what I need. I might get some of that. Okay. Firefly said, I think it's part of ascension. Ellie, I've been feeling drained, tired for no reason. I have to sit down and do breathing techniques as well and drink water. Yes. But that's gotta be what it is. Because I know one of my homies, he just went through such a huge ascension. And so he's on a fast right now. And I'm talking about, he started his fast not even like 2 days later, he starts getting ascension symptoms. You got the stuffy nose, all that.
What?
Okay, y'all give me a second. I gotta get some tissue. Okay. Firefly said, "Oh, sand below have 5 and below have silver eyeliner. It's pretty." Okay. I don't know where 5 and below is near me. Like, it's in the city I'm in, but I don't know if it's in like down the street. I don't think it's in down the street type of distance. Why is my glue doing that? My glue is not trying to just be regular. It's not that hot in here. Bro, all these synchronicities going on at once. What do y'all got going on, Ether Realm? What's happening here? Cause I'm not even getting like distraction energy from this stuff. It's like a warning of something. And that doesn't always have to be a bad thing. Or it's not always a bad thing. Unless I'm just that good at transmuting that I don't even see the danger. I just know that even if there is danger, something good's gonna come out of it. I don't know. Because this was a very, very strong topic today. This wasn't no regular smegular, just discussion piece that you could have at the I don't know, at the beauty salon or whatever. Okay. I'm just gonna do that for right now. Because I don't want this to be stuck and get stuck to the plastic. Let me see who this was. Because they sent me several messages. Okay. So this eye is kind of wild and this one's okay. It did not. No, hold on. I might need to put extra glue on. I don't know. This shouldn't even be like that. Like at all. Okay, that's way better. But gosh, that was weird. I just gotta download where some of the attacks are coming from. And the same person, I'm just gonna be straight about who it is. It's my mom. She's just been sending me a lot of spiritual attacks lately. She doesn't like that I'm out loud about me sharing what I'm sharing with people. I don't care. It's just like, you shouldn't be a bad person anyway. That's not my fault that you choose to be a bad person. Because it's like, people like that, they'll do things for you. They'll do things for you. They'll make sure you're taken care of in certain ways. But they're openly welcoming to danger happening to you. So it just cancels out all the good stuff they do. It doesn't make any sense at that point. Okay. Firefly said, yes, it was you healing all the divine feminine as of now. I found peace in your violence. And like I said, my mom's an evangelist, like a registered evangelist with Kojic, Church of God in Christ. If you didn't know, that's a Pentecostal Christian denomination started by C.H. Mason in Memphis, Tennessee. There's a lot of history behind my birth city. And by me bringing the roots to the surface of the bullshit, it's a lot. Not only is she an evangelist, she is the director of the youth department for the children for the entire jurisdiction in what's called Tennessee Fourth. So there's like over like roughly 50 churches, and she runs the children's department for all of them. I was like the helper with all that. Once I left and I seen how stuff really was, I'm like, yeah, this is why we can't get nowhere as a people. This is the reason. Firefly said, Ellie, stand in your power, don't worry. Don't matter who, what they are, call them out. Oh, yeah. Because honestly, I just didn't want to call no attention to all that stuff. I just didn't feel like it until I was like at a certain level. But we here now. I don't. It's just annoying. Really, it's just annoying. Because it's like, am I afraid? No, I've been calling these people out. I'll type up a post and put it on Facebook. I'm not afraid. It's just, you seen how draining that was. Like, that was a whole thing that happened. I just don't like dealing with that. It's I could keep typing up and posting stuff about Kojic and Tennessee Fourth and stuff. About how their whole lodge is full of, like they have a mixture of things because they have a conglomerate of fraternities involved. They know some Masons and stuff, but they don't even get involved with the Masons all like that. Like I said, C.H. Mason, that's his name. So obviously they be in touch with them, but they don't be using them for certain things all the time. But they just have a lot of ties to a lot of dark lines. They're mostly into things like fraternities and sororities and politicians and political movements and stuff. That's why a lot of churches will have voting polls when it's time for elections. That's why they have them at churches. Firefly said, damn, and she's still passing the drama on. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Because I grew up in it. That's over 25 years of experience with these people. And so many of us have very, very similar stories with our parents. And then you have these stupid topics of people being like, oh, well, why are black people leaving the church? Have you seen the church? Really? People aren't leaving God. They are leaving the church building. I've been reading scripture and writing down like mini sermons and Bible lessons ever since I was a young child. This isn't new to me. This whole little internet spiritual stuff that people be talking about and doing, this ain't new to me. I actually live this. Firefly said Kojic is a joke. Man, when I tell you, it's just a big performance. Like, it's just weekly concerts. I'm trying to get it really glossy. It's like, I had already knew stuff was up when I left the church myself. And then once I got older, and my mom kept trying to get my son to go to church with her. Like, she didn't say, do y'all want to go to church? She would say, hey, the kids are having a thing. Do you want me to take MJ? And so I intentionally was like, yeah, we can go. Like, I'm going to go with you. All of a sudden, we're not going. Oh, but when I was a kid, we were at every church event. So when I'm not letting you take my son by himself, all of a sudden we're not going now. After you asked me to go with you. Well, you asked for him to go. Oh, all that weirdo stuff, bro. Firefly said, Ellie, your situation sounds like Alexis K. Tyler, how her mom is an evangelist and did the same shit. Me and Alexis, bro, I'm like, I don't, because I don't know her as far as like, what's it called? We've never had a conversation together. Like, back and forth, email, text, phone call, nothing like that. But a lot of the people in her circle be saying the same thing. And I have been to Georgia several times. I went to Stone Mountain the first time I went. That wasn't the first time I ever been to Atlanta, but on this type of time, with the spiritual people, 2021, I went to Stone Mountain, and I had went there a couple of weeks ago, but I wasn't called to like reach out to her and see if she wanted to link for doing spiritual work. I wasn't called to do that. But our lives parallel. When I be listening to her live streams, I'd be like, it's the same thing. Because I don't know how old Alexis is. If I'm not mistaken, I think she's in her 50s. She's either in her 50s, late 40s, something like that. I don't know. It's one of them things where you look at her, you just can't tell. It's like, how old is she? But, you know, her son is around my age or older, something like that. So I know, like, you know, she's kind of up there. So just seeing all the repeated patterns with people who are like us, psychic medium, she had her own show, and the entertainment industry been after her forever. She been attacked and still getting attacked by people who are spiritual and conscious and woke and stuff, who got big platforms. I'm just like, why the same thing keep happening? That's what doesn't make sense. So it's the same thing could keep happening with people. Who gonna stop it? I'm stopping this shit right now. Like, I don't have tolerance for it to keep happening, not just to myself, but to people. I don't have the tolerance for it. I'm done. Like, this is so ridiculous to me. Do I have empathy and sympathy for people dying in other countries? Sure, but this happening in my country, and it's just been happening for too long, and I'm done dealing with it. We can help them later. Us as a people, we can help them when we get our stuff straight. Stop focusing on them people. That ain't got nothing to do with us. We have too many problems going on for us to be concerned and trying to send donations to other people. No. Firefly said, Ellie, I was caught up in the church until my son woke me up in 2013, and they looked back since. Yeah, I think she's 54. Let me see what these are. No, I gotta put more glue on. That's looking ridiculous right there. This one's fine, though. Okay. And I know with her, it was extra hard because like the way technology was back in the day, you know, you couldn't just look up stuff. And now I could look up things and people can reach out to me at any given time. So when all that crazy stuff was going on, I was able to find out information very quickly. The black church is here to keep people back. That's it. That did not work at all. Everything I intended to happen with that glue did not work. Hold on. I be resonating with a lot of the stuff that she be saying. To the point where it's low-key scary sometimes. Even with the spirit baby stuff. She was the one who, like, she literally confirmed that I had basically, when you have a counterpart in the astral realm and y'all are not in contact in the physical realm, she had literally confirmed that one day in one of her videos. I was just like, bruh, okay. My son had to take a break. He just had to leave the room. He was like, I'm not dealing with this right now. Y'all, this looks ridiculous right here. I don't know why the glue is tweaking. Okay. Fireflies that keep you in the box for real. Fluffy Cloud said, hi, can you name a country for an edit? So when she did that confirmation video about, basically she used the terminology spirit boyfriend, and I was just like, oh my goodness, that's exactly what he is. That was last year. Now we have a whole lot of stuff going on in the cosmic realms, and it's like, how do I keep getting my downloads? How do I keep doing this? How do I keep doing that? Maybe like research things in the cosmic realms. That's why you have your own Akashic records. You have your own divine gifts, so you can figure things out for yourself. Me, I'm a voice. I'm able to help people get to a different level of comprehension. So when people say stuff like go within, I'm giving you exact instructions on how to do that, because I guess like a lot of people just don't really know or get the process of how to do it. Do something amazing. I mean, I'm finna take you out the live in a minute. And so everybody has access. Like even when she, you know, has her teachings about vagina power, which we did talk about, I think that was last week. When you exercise your vagina power or your penis power, you're able to get so many cosmic downloads.
Power.
Not Phoenix. I did not say Phoenix. Okay. Let me get this right here. When you're in solitude and you're using your spiritual gifts with divine intention, then you're able to get so much information. This eye just might be a little tweaked today. Because it looks wild on the camera. In the mirror, don't look that crazy. Fluffy Cow said use WoW products is very good. I don't know what you're talking about. But that goes into the healing. Like, that's what Tantra is. Vagina power, penis power. That's literally what it is. And then she talks about, too, how she gets attacked by sexual, spiritual entities like incubus and succubus energies. It's like, that's what comes with having this sort of information. Only because they don't want you to speak on it. That's the only reason that they attack so heavily. They just don't want there to be a healing of any sort. Okay. This eye looking wild, but we're gonna make it work. It's okay. What I might do, just put some of this glue on top of it just to hide
Wait,
the...
talking about your third eye?
My third eye? I was not talking about my third eye.
Oh, the other eye on the white?
Uh-huh. There you go. Now you can't see it.
Now they can't see your eye?
The glue that was on my eye. Firefly said yes. Just period. I like I said, I don't have the tolerance for this stuff to just keep going on my watch. You know, I've done the whole activist thing. I've been out here boots on the ground. Like, I've been did that. And it's just seeing all these people get on the internet just saying stuff on a camera. I'm like, I didn't think people were this fake. I genuinely didn't think people were this fake. That was my naivety with good intentions, though. Yeah. Now, NJB tapped in. Okay. So I'm finna get these nails together. So, when you're talking about, like, what love is, people don't know what it is because they've been traumatized into thinking that it has something to do with anything physical when it has nothing to do with anything physical at all. Like, at all. People even dislike their own children because of the way they look. Like, it's the most backward thinking ever. And this behavior has gone unchecked for so long. It doesn't make any sense. You have parents angry that their child looks like the other parent when it's like, you're the one who chose the other parent. Now, if there was a situation where, you know, that parent was a predator towards you, I can see that. At the same time, that's where healing comes in. Because your child didn't ask to be here. Like, spiritually, they were called here. But to blame a child for ruining your life, we should just be past that type of mentality as a people. Like,
What does as a people mean?
as a collective, as a group.
Like a group?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I got these nails here. Oh, and I'm seeing more girlies talking about glamour magic, which makes me happy. Because it's like, we've been given such like false information about what it means to be spiritual, to be a divine feminine. Like, we've been listening to a lot of opinions and not a lot of facts. And everybody's entitled to their opinion. But when that opinion is being shared as a truth, an overall truth, that's when it's an issue. Firefly said, how you hate your own child that you birthed make me wonder who are these people. There's this one lady, she was talking about how some parents, they're just portals. They're not parents. They're just portals for children to be born. It's like that person needed to be here during this specific time period, and it's like, unfortunately, the only way they were going to get here was through that person or through those two people. So those two people just happen to be terrible people. Because logically, it don't make sense. How would you dislike your own child? Especially for the reason of, oh, you look just like your mama. You look just like your daddy. You act just like, well, who did you birth them with? Like, it's common sense. They're going to be like the person that they were birthed from, both positive and negative. So what do? You emphasize the positive, and you correct the negative. You don't blame a child for anything. Like I said, Lil Nas X was a perfect example of that. Everybody want to attack an 18-year-old boy and not pay attention to the fact that he was raised to be that. The main people you're supposed to be holding accountable are people who are like in their 30s or 40s, because it's like they've had enough time to be an adult and realize what life is. But trying to hold a 18-year-old boy accountable for every single thing wrong with himself, like, are y'all serious? Firefly said, I can believe that. Because I've seen people, like, even my own mom, it's just like, bro, this lady hates me. This lady hates me. I look just like her, too. Out of all of her girls, I look like her the most.
Wait, how do you? Like, is your skin like your shirt and your hair?
Not my shirt. You keep coming from my shirt, man. But my hair, my skin, my facial structure, and my physique, the way my body looks. Because as I got older and I started learning more things, like, she was like constantly trying to make me hate my dad and stuff. And then I got to know who my dad is for real. And I'm just like, why did you do all that, lady? Old man 69 said, what are you talking about today? With a smiley face. I just, I don't like you guys. I don't like y'all. Someone said yesterday that they really made YouTube like a social media instead of it being like a platform how it used to be. And y'all are treating it that way. I just don't like you. I don't like you. Most of my subscribers are males. I don't like you. I would just really appreciate if you would unsubscribe. I put a lot of work and effort into my content, and I pick my titles very specifically. So when y'all come into streams just on some ignorant, stupid energy, Like, it just makes me, it doesn't make me feel like I'm failing as an educator, as a teacher, as an inspiration. It just makes me more disappointed in the collective. Your screen name is Old Man 69, and you asked, what are we talking about today? When there's a title to the stream. A very, very serious title at that. I just don't like you. I simply don't like you. I don't have to have thousands of subscribers if a lot of y'all are just going to be stupid. It is ridiculous, Firefly. Because, I mean, what type of question is that? The type of stream that we have going on right now. I just don't like you. I don't like you. That goes for a lot of you masculines. I don't like you. And I say specifically masculines because it's predominantly y'all who do this. I don't have these types of issues with females. We use our brains. Y'all, I don't know what y'all be doing. There's words clearly on a screen. So, with that being said, like, with my mom, it's like, she does a lot of good things, but she does a lot of terrible stuff. Like, my whole life, she was always stealing from me and my siblings. Like, we would have to find ways to hide money. Like, whatever sort of money we would get, we would have to learn how to hide it. And don't let it be like a thing where only certain people could get access to it. Then she would like figure out some sort of way to get access to it when it's not hers. It's ours. It's like, oh, legally you can get this money when you're 18. Legally you can get this money when you're 25. Legally you can get this money when... And then you go to get the money and it's gone. Or like people want to be like, oh, tell your child I said hey and give them this money for me. Let them know it was from me and let them know that I'm thinking about them and that I love them. We'll never know. We'd never know. She steals all the money. And I thought it would just stop there. I was like, fine, you stole money my whole life. That's fine.
Why do you let it be fine?
It's not fine. Like, I'm not saying it is fine, but I'm not finna try to do nothing about it because I don't know how much money it is. I don't know how much there is to recover. There's nothing I can do. It's not like she has the money anymore, so I can't take it back. Like, there's nothing I can do. I'm just gonna move on with my life. That's what I mean. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying that I'm over it. But with that being said, though, it's like I just accepted that for what it is. And then she tried to attack my situation with my son. So it's like, this lady just hates me. This lady genuinely hates me. She just doesn't like me. She pretends to, but she does not love me at all. At all. When I would have different things going on, trying to make it seem like I'm a hoe, like not taking anything I'm doing seriously, especially when it comes to relationships. Like, I remember a couple of years ago, when my ex was talking about, he doesn't want to be with me anymore, but he was talking to her for... Okay. Yeah, they want to pause my stream. But, I don't know how much of that was missed, but basically, where she would be like, oh yeah, he said he would get you an apartment, and I'm just like, I don't, like, that doesn't make sense for me in my situation, so I wouldn't want to get an apartment, like, him help me with that anyway. But then now here I am years later after certain events passed, and I'm just like, I don't know what's wrong with these people. Like, him being manipulative, that's one thing. But my mom is just like, bro, this lady does not like me. I'm moving on out of that relationship that I had with him. And any male, I'm talking about any male, really it was any person, like even a female this one time, but any male I'm talking to, she want to make it seem like we have something going on behind the scenes. And I'm just like, bro, this is just a male person that I'm interacting with. They might have a crush on me or whatever, but I'm not engaging with them in that way. But she would always make it seem like I was. And I'm just like, dude, like, I don't know what none of this is about. Truthfully and honestly. Truthfully and honestly, I don't know what that's about. And I feel like she's part of the reason why males are so like beyond sexually attracted to me sometimes, because it doesn't make sense a lot of times when guys like literally can't focus on anything besides my physical appearance. I feel like she's been doing spell work a lot.
My binder so we can have the pencils open her.
There you go. Firefly said she should be proud of a daughter like you. Her next life, she gonna see how to be abused by a mother. I don't wish anything on her. If that's her karma, then that's her karma. Cause usually how reincarnation works is you come back through the bloodline that you were birthing, and I'm done with that type of stuff in my bloodline. So if that happens, it might be through one of her other children, not mine. Because even the stream that I shared about I think it was like a month or so ago as well, where she allowed my brother to abuse me. And it's just like, why are you always excusing this dude? Like, always. Every time excusing him, we have a family meeting after he blows up at me for no reason. And everybody just expects, oh, just forgive and forget. Like, no. Like, niggas keep putting holes in the walls. Niggas keep screaming and yelling. Niggas keep threatening, talking about, huh?
Are you talking about this part?
No, I wasn't.
I see it right.
Oh, you're talking about the rip? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was talking about that. But, like, constantly threatening my safety and well-being, and that's just supposed to keep going? No. I just no. Like, folks really do be deserving jail time. I just, like, that's so much work to do. Firefly said he toxic like her. Yeah. That's her little... I'm not finna go into that because that's... But y'all know what I'm talking about. Them sons that are attached to their moms. Because he told me a lot of stuff about her too. And I'm just like, yeah, and you run up behind her with everything you do. I can take what a person did from me and how I grew up and just live my life how I'm supposed to and not be attached to them. I don't need to be in their same vicinity. Firefly said maybe they will be the ones to switch roles then. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I just know I'm clearing out the karma for myself and helping whoever else in my family is willing to do the same. Cause this is over with. All this crazy stuff. No. There ain't no reason for none of that. Okay. Firefly say, yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's nasty. This whole existence is nasty. It's gross. And we're just cleaning it up. That's why I've been telling a lot of people to connect with the aquatic kingdom. Because when you connect with the water beings, of course, water is very, very cleansing all in itself. They give us a lot of downloads that we otherwise wouldn't know. So when you're thinking about celestial beings like in the astral realms and the ethers and stuff, that's why they say Satan is the prince of the air. Because they can move around really, really fast in the air. In the water, there's a resistance. Things move a lot slower in the water. And so when you take that into account, then you have to be more careful about your movements. Your manifestation abilities are more potent. They happen slower, but they're more potent. They're a lot stronger and more intense. So taking all that into consideration, it's like when you really explore the way of water, Avatar, then I've just been at peace with a lot of stuff. I've truly just been at peace with a lot of things because of that. Connecting with the waters and being able to be like, okay, well, this is this existence for this specific timeline, and I do not have to keep living in it. I don't have to keep living in that. I can be aware of it, and I can create my own reality, which is exactly what I did. That has a lot to do with the spirit children as well. Facts, water is calming and peaceful, Firefly. Like, water is everything.
Yeah, where do we?
There's a lot happening at this moment. Firefly said, I'm a Scorpio and I love water. That's how I get my downloads.
What? I didn't know.
Me either.
We actually knew that when I was in the Ash Realms with you.
For real? That's cool. When was that?
That was like on 2019.
In 2019?
Not even there yet.
No, we already passed it. That was 4 years ago. You remember that?
I think I remembered of that. Yeah, 2019.
That's really good that you remember that. That was when a lot of your powers awakened. Mine did too, but yours did especially. There's so much going on right now. Like I'm when I have a stream going on, I usually can keep conversation going, but it's so much happening right now. So much happening in the present moment. I'm grateful for being able to witness and feel it. Like I can really, really feel everything. It's like the stagnancy is being lifted. And I did a meditation, I did a meditation with somebody last night too. Removing stagnation and unnecessary, what was it? Well, basically, stagnant and unnecessary energy. We removed it. This is so weird. Cause like I'm trying to remember the exact word, cause the word wasn't energy. It was a different word we used, but I don't know if that's a blockage. Someone's trying to prevent me from remembering the word, or it's not meant for me to say it on live. I don't know, cause I didn't think I was even gonna talk about that. Okay, I'm almost done. I got 2 nails left. Then I'm gonna put on my outfit.
Okay.
MJ, are you done with your work? Talking about okay. I really enjoy, like, you know, the genuine people that I have here on this platform, because we're in a space now in the ascension where these portals that we call cell phones and laptops and stuff are connecting us more and more. So the more intentional we are about utilizing these platforms, the better everything will be. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this bottle away after I get all the rest of these nails on. Firefly said, I'm glad I caught this live. And Ellie, you do look at peace with yourself. I appreciate that. Because it's sometimes when I hear the stuff that I be saying, I be like, dang, that's wild. But I know I'm not the only person going through certain things. There's a whole bunch of people going through a whole bunch of stuff. And again, like, I gotta be a voice. I got to. Like, this is not, like, yeah, this YouTube channel is monetized, but I was doing this stuff before I was monetized, and I've never been paid off this platform. So it's like, oh, she's doing it for money.
Yeah, it feels like I'm done with my work.
You finished all of it?
Well, it was taking me a really long while.
That's what happens. You have to practice writing your name, so you need to continue. You have to finish all of it. Why did you? You need to write your whole name, not just one letter. And you need to write it. Never mind. But go ahead. You have to finish all of it. But with me being in full confidence to speak on these things, who am I to hold my tongue? Who am I to keep this back? Who am I to prevent the proper ascension of our people? Who am I to hold this back? That's doing a disservice to myself, and that's doing a disservice to anyone else who may be experiencing anything even kind of sort of similar. Absolutely not. I refuse. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. And I'm not saying that I'm wrong for focusing on business, but this is where I say one of my flaws is. I don't think money will solve everything. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is my thought process was that I thought by teaching people about being financially literate properly that it would help us heal certain things. And I prioritized generational poverty over other things. And while that's not wrong, it's just I had to shift my messages a lot for feminine specifically. Like, while masculines can learn from this type of information, you see how they act. They keep acting that way. They keep acting that way. While feminines are genuinely trying to heal. And we're out loud like seeking healing and information and knowledge and wisdom, and they just keep acting a fool. So what do masculines do? They have money. So telling them what to do with their money isn't even, they just don't want to listen. They don't want to listen, and they don't want real change, and they're afraid to talk about their traumas. Because even if they do talk about their traumas, a lot of them just want attention for it. Like, it's sad, but I mean, I'm done being sad and empathetic for these guys. I'm done. So while I do still talk about business, I do still talk about financial literacy, the things that we were not taught about in school. At the end of the day, it's way easier for masculines to accumulate finances than it is for feminines. Feminines, we attract things. So we don't have to work a job. We attract things. We attract finances. We attract resources. Masculines they just get them. They know how to get up and go get them. And that's way easier for them because they're not relying too much on their attraction energy. They just are able to put actions forward and get more finances than feminines are able to get. So with that being the truth, what have they done with their finances? Blow it on stupid stuff that makes no sense. Firefly said exactly. So I'm gonna still, like I said, still teach about this business stuff, but I had to prioritize and pivot more so towards feminines and things that we need specifically. How to properly use glamour magic, how to properly allocate our funds when we accumulate them and attract them, how to heal whatever childhood wounds we have so that we don't pass on certain generational curses to our children, because it just seems like these masculines are okay with all the curses continuing. Like, guys are okay with talking about polygyny and having multiple wives, but they're not okay with talking about you need to have a business for all of your wives to work in, and they all don't have their own separate jobs for different corporations. If she works in a nonprofit, or if her job is centered around her purpose as a person, is her passion, that's very different from relying on all of your feminines to make money. You don't deserve to have multiple wives if that's what you're doing. Like, you're not a provider, and you're not protecting if you're doing all that. That's too much going on for you to be calling yourself a polygynous king. It's bitch behavior. That's being a pimp, and not a cool one. At least a pimp got his own business that he got his hoes hired in. You ain't even got that. No. So I'm finna put on my outfit. Oh. Remember, ladies, it's good to look saucy and sassy for yourself. Okay? Hold on, is this the front or the back? That's the back. Okay.
The back's the front.
This is the front. Yanor Akhtar Rifa said hi. Hello. Yanur said, I'm from Bangladesh. Hello there. Firefly says, say it, cause period. Yanur said, and how are you? I'm good. Y'all kind of be tripping me out. First time visitors clicking on wild titles like this. That looks like a female in your picture, but you could be catfishing. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Yanor said, you so cute. Masha Allah. Okay, I appreciate that. I forgot what Masha meant. I had heard that before, but I don't know what that means. Firefly said catfishing. Yeah. Because for all I know, that could be a dude.
It already finished the first one.
Great job.
You see?
Yeah. Great job. Need to make sure at the top, for this one, oh, you already got it. Okay. Make sure when you write your name at the top that you write it small enough to fit in the line, okay?
Okay.
All right. So this is under. So yes, we be cute, okay?
Don't know why my second armpits are getting like really hot.
Cause it's kind of hot in here. I ain't gonna cap to you.
Yeah, like the living room's warm. Like it's like cold.
That's cause the fan is on in there.
Yeah, like that doesn't even make sense. How it can get hot in my second armpits? Wait, it doesn't even make sense.
You want to take a break, or go work in the living room with the fan?
I'm gonna go work in the living room with the fan.
Okay. You need me to turn the light on? Okay. Y'all hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Yo, Glorilla be tripping me out with her wardrobe. She'll get on stage and like this will be her outfit. Like it'll just be because she's skinny, so it's not like she's fat, so she has to unbuckle for it to breathe or whatever. She just be on stage like this. It's just normal. It's just like bitch, I'm G to the L to the O, big glow. It's like what is happening? It's too funny. So back to like the other part of the topic of this video, right? It's like the stuff I'm wearing. It's like, oh, like this is what misogynistic, enabling females like to say.
My since you're doing work, I do want some math videos to watch.
There you go. Hold on. You gotta make sure your battery is charged up. Okay, it's fine. There you go. They'll say things like, oh, well, look at the way you're dressed. He had no choice. He couldn't help himself. Dumbass bitch. Okay, there's a lot that goes into assaulting a person. Like, dude's catcalling, I can admit. Okay, you know. But Going out of your way to physically assault a person against their will. There's no excuse for that at all. Like, people act like ladies. Oops, this nail came off. I was struggling a lot with these buttons because it's not a zip up, it's buttons. But people be acting like ladies don't get assaulted wearing hijabs and full body coverings. So you telling me a lady that only has her eyes showing, only has her eyes showing, got sexually assaulted, and you want to say something about girls who look cute, who show a little bit of skin? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Girls be getting assaulted on their way back and forth to church. And you know you have to have a certain dress code at church. I don't want to hear it. Girls getting assaulted in church dresses and hijabs. Don't want to say nothing about that, but as soon as a girl look like me, the way I'm dressed right now, then it's all the comments in the world, all the misogynistic rhetoric in the world of, oh, you shouldn't have dressed that way. He couldn't help himself. Well, what about the little girl who was wearing the church dress and the church skirt? Fuck out of my face. Old ass raggedy hoes who just be defending predators. Like, how do y'all just sit up there and defend predators? A female should be able to walk around naked and not have to be concerned about somebody going out of their way to harm her. Almost got this last button. I'm trying not to break another nail off, but might have to break one off on purpose. I don't know. Okay. Okay. I have to just take off a nail. I can't do it. Nope, can't do it. No. I'm not trying to take off anymore, but it is what it is. Okay. Like, instead of holding these guys accountable for their actions, it's victim blame, victim blame. How does that work? Okay, got it. Now I have to open up my new glue, because there's none left in here, and there's not enough left in here. Okay, what y'all talking about? Sure hat, put the Israel flag. Y'all never put the Israel, I think that's Bangladesh flags. Okay, with the, what's it called? The SMH face. Shashwati Saha said, say hi to me, please, with some sort of flag. I don't know what that is. Firefly said, sport it, girl. Yarner said, hello. Please, BTS sung. Firefly said, when you slim, you can do that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know any BTS songs. I know old school K-pop. Like I be fucking with G Dragon and Big Bang and 2NE1, Girls' Generation, Super Junior, Teen Top. You're gonna have to fuck with me on the old school K-pop. I don't do that new school stuff. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I'm not saying they're bad. I don't know what that is. Okay. Nail glue unboxing. Okay. There you go. Put these back on. That's what I'm saying. Like the girlies who can do activities with their nails on, I commend you. Because me, y'all seen me have to take off nails just to button up my pants. Because my biggest thing was I didn't want them to pop off anyway. And I felt like they were going to if I kept trying like that. So I was like, let me just go ahead and take them off. But if you got the acrylics on, then you can't take them off. And you're still able to like perform, do what you need to do. It's just... I know I be struggling. I be having to rearrange my whole everything. I can't type. I can't do nothing. What these? Okay. Yo, a bunch of spam accounts have been spamming my pages heavily. Like all of my pages. Like not just one page, but like I run different social media pages for, you know, business reasons and stuff. And I just been getting hit up on some crazy time. In the past, I don't know, 2, 3 days. So sometimes that's how I know it's a collective thing, or I'm getting like directly hit very heavily. Oh, okay. You're speaking another language. I don't know what you're saying. This one didn't go on all the way. Didn't go back on all the way. It's too much glue buildup right there. It's alright though. It should be strong enough for me to get through the things I gotta do today. Firefly said, Ellie, you're looking cute. Appreciate you so much. I have one more piece of my outfit to put on. I've been getting spammed just like earlier during this live. They just out here like coming out real strong and real heavy. Okay. One more little dab on there. Okay. I might redo the thumb again. I don't know. This one looked like it's doing the same thing. It's just like too much glue buildup. And this one's just not as bad though. Okay, and the last one. Okay. Whew. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's got like a little bit of lift. So I'm gonna do my best to work with it though. I don't feel like doing it over again. I might have to.
Mommy,
Huh?
it is taking me really long to finish the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe I need a hint now.
You don't need a hint.
You need a hint to make it do it faster, like way faster.
Well, you just gotta practice. The more you practice, the faster you get. It's not a hint. That's just muscle memory. There's no secret to the sauce. You just gotta learn how to make the sauce. He was not trying to hear that. Okay.
Maybe I'm done right now.
You're not done. When you finish, that's when you're done. Okay, this is outfit. Okay. Asogi. I was debating on whether or not to wear these earrings. Because these are like pearl type. They go with the outfit really well. So I'm going to go ahead and wear them. Because I was thinking I might want to wear my hoop earrings. But nah, these go with it. The color scheme. Okay. Period. DQ. DQ. Okay. 557 sassy look. Period. Big hearts. Big hearts. But yeah. This is the look for today. I'm going to get to work, and yeah. I don't know. It feels like there's something else I should say, but I don't know what. Okay, they're telling me to let y'all know, always stay within your own frame. And the phrase, like, don't let anyone steal your joy, always be overflowing with joy for yourself. Okay? Allow whatever positivity around you and within you to expand. Always. It don't matter what situation you in. I know that sounds so cliche. I know it sounds like, oh, here we go again. That's the only way to be. Being consumed by the darkness is how it wins. Unless you're using that as a learning period to transmute it. And not everybody succeeds with those missions. Those types of missions are sinister. Not everybody's meant to go on that type of mission. However, there are a lot of people who go through situations and circumstances that are very dark. So always be there for yourself energetically, okay? Firefly said, enjoy the rest of your afternoon with the 100. Yes, for sure. You as well. Greatly appreciate you for being part of the live and interacting with me this rising. All right. Shalom, Raina Coins. I'll see you in the next one. And what else? Yeah, always be positive. Tawara, that means thank you in Hebrew.